Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in the perfect spots. Puzzle hearts, we're in this together. Feeling the piece by piece. Our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in a perfect spot. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in the perfect spots. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Feeling the piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire.
Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, no rush while everybody is still getting ready. So yeah, hello everyone, welcome. We're already chatting a little bit on the YouTube live stream, and yeah, take your time, get your camera set up. We've still got plenty of time, but since yeah, we're a bit early, and since Catherine is here, and since we were just chatting with Jim in the comments about the 10-hour event in Belgium, I thought maybe just while before we start the competition, we could just chat a bit about the 10-hour competition that we did on Sunday. So Catherine was my teammate, and there were some others there that we know, like Inga, Eric, Minika, Delia, and of course the Luxembourgish team, and some other Dutchies. So yeah, if you have any questions about the 10-hour event, feel free to write that in the chat and we'll answer it. Otherwise we'll just chat a little bit about that. So yeah, hi Catherine, good to see you again.
Hi, good to see you too. So I have a question for you about the 10-hour event. How did you like it? Was it what you imagined? Was it different?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a really great day because basically, like the whole day was dedicated to my hobby, which is very unusual. Normally I'm puzzling at home, so you have the distractions of home, and yeah, I wouldn't puzzle so many puzzles straight in a row. But I picked up Lynn at 7 in the morning and dropped her off at 11:30 at night. And we also had Joyce in the car, so it was we had all the conversations in the car. We had about 5 hours of chatting in the car about all kinds of puzzles and other things not related to puzzles, as well as at the event. It was just really fun to see, not only one big room, but 2 big rooms just packed. Like the tables were close together, just full of, and each table had 4 people or more. Just everyone packed in, puzzling away. It was just very fun from that. I really enjoyed the social atmosphere of spending time with other puzzlers, and also actually puzzling at the table and racing.
And which puzzle did you enjoy the most out of all the different puzzles? Just for anyone who has listened to our previous talk about these marathon events, on the previous ones, we only had like Jan van Haasteren and like Falcon and those kinds of brands. But here there were all kinds of different brands. So what did you think of the choice of puzzle?
Yeah, so from the puzzles, there was Ravensburger, which I didn't do. I did 3 Casterland puzzles and one from Dino, which I'd never heard of before. That was a new brand to me. I also did worked on a big puzzle from Nathan and one from Art Puzzle. And also there was the Clementoni's Stairs, which I didn't do. But I think from the actual puzzles that I did myself, I found the Casterland 1000 piece puzzle the most enjoyable. It was teacups on a table with a teapot, and there were some old books in the corner, some paintings on the wall, and like some frosty windows. And doesn't sound very interesting, and like if you just look at the image, it's kind of dark and not so interesting, but somehow I had a good flow on that puzzle, and that's where I felt like I contributed the most. And it was a bit more busier compared to the other puzzles. What about you? What was your favorite puzzle?
I really enjoyed the panorama one, just because it had to do the sky. I was working on the sky and like the skyline and kind of working my way like from up to down, together with Kati. We were doing the top part, and then the others were working on the greens. And the parts that I worked on, I really, really enjoyed, just because, I don't know. First of all, it's an unusual shape. I'm always happy to see something that's a little different. And it was just a beautiful photograph that they chose for that puzzle. So I really enjoyed that one. Quality-wise, I didn't enjoy it so much. I have to say, you can definitely tell a difference in the quality between like the Ravensburger puzzles and the Casterland puzzles. They're not like super bad, but it's just, you can't like pick up a section really well and place it in. So you just have to kind of keep in mind that while you're puzzling, that you can't just like lift things up. And the staircase was really fun. That one, I feel like we just finished it so fast. And I know that it has been used in one of the Euro Jigsaw Jams before, so a lot of people have probably done it before already. And that was also just a really nice puzzle.
Sorry, just one moment. I just saw a comment. My login is deleted. Could you please resend it to me? You have Judith is not in there. I don't really know what you mean, Judith. like if you're just trying to log in, just use the link from the email. Oh, you deleted the email. Okay, just wait a moment. Let me see if I can copy that here for you. Okay, I've just put the link in the YouTube chat. I cannot join Teams. It's not Teams, it's Google Meet. There's a random meeting that appears. Eric, can you please have a look at that? I don't really know what to do there. Yeah, sorry, my husband will have to take a look at that. Oh yeah, so Jim mentioned something about a guy who had like 5 puzzles in his hands. So yeah, so the organizer of the competition, so the organizer of the competition, he actually came to the table, and when he saw that like we were getting close to finishing, he just placed the puzzle at the end of the table, which was really great because as soon as we had finished one puzzle, we could just grab the next one, which was quite different to what you said it happened at the 24-hour, Catherine. You said people had to like run to the front to get the next puzzle.
Yeah, so in my previous experience of marathons, there's either a judge coming to the table. I mean, there's always a judge coming to the table to see whether you're finished or not. And then they will kind of mark down the time and give you a piece of paper, and then you run that to the front, to the judges' tables. They can keep track of that. They put your name in, put your times in, and that way they can keep track of who is further along, who is in what place, and how many pieces have people placed. At this event, though, in Erpin, it was Olivier, and Olivier alone. He was running the show. He was being the judge. He was being the photographer. He was being the person that distributes the puzzles. In a way, I was glad we didn't have to run back and forth because it did save us some time. And with the way that the tables were positioned, there really wasn't a lot of space, and people who were positioned more in the middle would have had a big disadvantage trying to get to the puzzles. On the other hand, I thought it was weird that nobody took down a time. And if you would have wanted to cheat, which nobody really wants. I mean, why would you do it? But like, if you would have wanted to, like, you could have done that in this event. Because sometimes nobody was there to see if we actually finished the puzzle or not. So in that sense, I was saying Olivier needs some more volunteers, just some judges that go around and have a look that people actually finish the puzzles, and bring the puzzles to the table, so he's not the only one just running around like a madman.
Yeah, I felt a bit sorry for him. It looked like he was running the puzzle competition, and it looked like his wife was running the food stand. But yeah, it would have been great if you had some more volunteers. But overall, I think it was a very well-run event, and it gave me a lot of inspiration. I mean, I've just been thinking about like, what can I do? Like, I want to organize something like this now. I don't know how realistic that is, but it's definitely given me a lot of inspiration and ideas for the future. So we're at 2 minutes out. It looks like everybody is here. Okay, Inga says yes, please organize something. All right, I'm working on it. Okay, so I will make us small again. Yeah, and so just want to say also hi to our helpers tonight. We actually have we have 2 helpers. That's Francisca and Ingrid. All right, so you may unwrap your puzzle and also remove any plastic wrapping on the puzzle. Yeah, so once you have unwrapped the puzzle and removed the plastic, please place it back in the middle of the table.
That's a really cool looking puzzle. I'm excited to see it close up soon.
Okay, so let's do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh. And
Good.
they're off.
Good luck, everyone.
I'm always amazed at how fast people manage to open the box and get the pieces out on the table. Like, boom, all there.
So this is the puzzle we're doing tonight from the brand CherryPazzi, and it's called Fancy Bunny Party. So it's a really cute puzzle. 4 bunnies, got 2 wearing hats with flowers, nice bow ties and waistcoats, teapots and teacups, and yeah, quite an elaborate background, painted background with some lamps. So yes, there is fur on the puzzle. And yeah, this is from CherryPazzi. They only have 2 ins and 2 outs. However, they have such a variety of piece shapes that like you don't even notice it. Like the size of the knobs is such a difference. I had so much fun doing this one this morning before going to work. So I don't think anyone will mind that there's only 2 ins and 2 outs. Yeah, so let's see how people get on tonight.
I love that rabbit on the left side with the head and the flowers on the head. It's really cute.
All right, so tonight I'm going to start at Z and work my way towards A. Yeah, and for those who don't know, CherryPazzi is a Polish brand, and we've had 2. We've had the giraffe puzzle from them. All right, so on screen we have Zach from the UK, Veroni from Switzerland, Vicky from Hungary, Vesna from Finland, Veronica from Slovakia, and Uta from Germany. So yeah, this one, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people approach this one. If they do sorting, we'll start with the border. We can see Vicky is doing her pick and place method. And she's already flipped. Okay, so it's 3 minutes already. Vicky has already done her flip, and looks like Zach has done as well.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's a lot of the people on the screen are almost done or nearly done flipping. Yeah, I wonder what people will start with. At least this would be relatively easy to sort out, like the tablecloth with the red. But when it comes to the figures, the bunnies on the thing, I don't know if it would make much sense to do a lot of sorting for those. And also, I think, yeah, having a dark background like Vicky and Zach maybe is not so advantageous with this particular puzzle, just because I feel like the background, the wall behind them is relatively dark. So we have to see how people manage to get through this.
Yeah, so here's Tobias from Sweden, Henrietta from Hungary, Susanna from Germany, Stein from Belgium, and Steffi from Germany, Steffi H.
I'm always amazed at how Tobias is spreading his pieces and has them literally spread like this until the end. I'm the type of person that after a while I will always want my pieces to be closer to me, and I will kind of rearrange them as I go. And I feel like he just kind of flips them once and then they just stay there.
Iris, you said that you've opened the wrong puzzle. Just put that one away and open the right one for now, and just keep on going. We'll sort that out later, but just start the correct puzzle and continue. Yeah, so it looks like Tobias is going for the faces. You can see little faces appearing. They are quite tricky because, yeah, there's just a lot of white fur, and it's like, where does this go? Is this a forehead? Is this a cheek? There are some different color gradients, like, yeah, they all tend to have like white around the necks. Their noses are all more like a browny beige color. It's a lot of whiskers.
I wonder if that is what Stein has pulled out there. I see he has like a couple of smaller piles. Like one is like a beige pile. Maybe that's the noses.
Yeah, so Jim, co-host Jim, he's saying bow ties are good pulls, maybe the vests. So those are, yeah, so there are a lot of color in this picture, but like the tablecloth has the most color, which is red. But yeah, there are some smaller elements, like you have, there are 2 orange bow ties, then there's 2 of the vests yellow, and 1 bow tie is yellow, and then there's like a green waistcoat, and you got some flowery things. So yeah, it's quite interesting. I'm quite interested to see how people tackle this one. Yeah, you can see Susanna has different piles, and Stein as well. Whereas it looks like Steffi and Tobias just wanted to get started on building, and Henrietta is going for the border.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the border, I would say, is a solid place to start with a puzzle like this. That gives you kind of, especially if you intend to start building the tablecloth first, it gives you kind of an edge to build on, and yeah, and you have a frame to place all of your pieces in later.
Okay, so we're leaving Tobias on the screen for a bit longer. Then we have Steffi K from Germany, Smaranda from Romania, Simona from Germany, Sari from Finland, and hello, nice wave to the camera, and Sanna from Finland. Yeah, I think definitely those with a lighter background will have an advantage here.
Yeah, I think so too. There are a lot of darker pieces, and you just see them better if you have more of a contrast in the background, and they just stick out more. If you have a darker background, they just kind of melt into it. So yeah, if the majority of the image is dark, then definitely a lighter background is of advantage.
Yeah, so we can see that Sanna is working on the tablecloth. So at the tabletop is a bit more orange, whereas the cloth hanging over the sides is more of a reddish color. And there are some green leaf patterns on top of the tablecloth.
Somebody is throwing a guess out there for time and says 44 minutes. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell for me with this puzzle. I don't think it's super easy, but I also don't think it's a super hard puzzle. I think it's probably like a medium difficulty puzzle. So yeah, I think faster than 44.
Okay, so Yana and Katy just joined us. Yana, can you please make sure that your camera is not too close to you? On Monday, it was very close to you. We could only see half of the puzzle. So if you can, just place your camera phone just a bit further away. That would be good, Yana. And Katy's train was delayed 1 hour, but I'm glad that she has made it. Only a 10-minute delay, but Katy can catch up 10 minutes. No problem. So Sari is pulling pieces out of the box. So whereas others have spilled all their pieces on the table, spread them out, and having every piece visible, Sari is pulling out of the box, which reminds me of the Vienna Jigsaw Puzzle Club are doing a competition called Out of the Box, and they show you which puzzle will be done at the competition, and you just need to buy a copy of it, and then you can practice it as many times as you want, and then you turn up for the competition and see who's fastest. So something that we haven't seen before. It's Ravensburger Cottage something. So check that out if you want to participate in a competition and actually have the chance to train for it.
Yeah, in a way, it's evening the playing field in a way that the Worlds, for example, doesn't, where a lot of people might have practiced a certain puzzle and then it comes, and some people haven't practiced it, like this year with a lot of the puzzles that were at the competition. So I'm curious to see what kind of times people can achieve in a competition like that.
Yeah, I actually have that puzzle and I've never done it as a speed run, so I'm kind of disappointed that I can't make it because of the time, but I think I'm going to still give it a go anyway. All right, so we have Sammy from the USA with a nice border there. Then we have Roxy from the UK, Rebecca from Austria, Quinta from the Netherlands, Nina from Denmark, and Nicole from Bulgaria.
Interesting strategy by Quinta. I'm assuming she just started with the faces of the rabbits and is kind of building out from there. Whereas a lot of the other people that we see here have started with the border and, have the border done and are getting started on some of the bigger pieces within the puzzle. Yeah, as you can see on Roxy's table, who again has a darker table, you can really see the difference between how well you can see the pieces on one of the lighter tables as compared to hers. But, it's not impossible to do it on a darker table, of course.
Yeah, so we're seeing some built sections now. It's nice to see that Nina is getting that tabletop put in place, lining up the shadows with the lighter areas. And we can see some nice ears being built by Quinta and a top hat. Yeah, so there's not many, like, okay, so the table is a big section, but like for more smaller sections that are easier to pull and to identify, one of them is like a blue top hat, and we can see that Quinta has already built out that blue top hat. Yeah, nice to see Nicole and working on the border. Nina and Sammy already have that in place.
SJ is throwing out a guess of 34 minutes and 22 seconds, a very specific guess. And if you're 1 second off, I'm going to hold you to it.
So we have Nia from the UK, Natalie from Germany, Mona from Germany, Mary from Germany, and Marie from Norway.
Yeah, a lot of, again, everybody's busy with the border. I think it's a solid choice to start with that in this thing. Oh, Mary looks like she doesn't have very good lighting. I hope the light that she has is enough. Nia has some pieces some parts in the middle already done, it looks like. And we see some, yeah, good sorting being done by Natalie, who has these, are those maybe edge pieces that are lying close to the camera? Those green ones.
So what's interesting, Mona has done a very big pull of all the tablecloth pieces and put them off to one side. So it looks like she's not interested in tackling them now, but you can see how thin and how small her pile is. I mean, it's so it's going to be a lot easier for her to find the bunny pieces because so many of those, maybe 100 pieces or 80 pieces of orange tablecloth are cleared out of the way. So quite interesting how she's done that.
Yeah, and she also has a pile at the top with the background pieces, like the wall and stuff. There's like a pile with just green stuff, so it's even smaller, the other pieces that she pulls from. Yeah, it's sometimes a good idea to pull out something even without actually doing it, because then these pieces are kind of out of the way. Your pool of pieces that you pull from for the rest of the puzzle is smaller. You don't have to look through 500 pieces to find some specific pieces. And that way, yeah, you have a little bit of a better overview than if all of your pieces are mixed up together.
So Maria TB's cat is like lying on its back on the puzzle pieces. Very cute. Okay, so we have Maria TB from Sweden, Mari from the USA, Mandy from the Netherlands, Maya from Finland, Madara from Latvia, and Marcia from the Netherlands. And it looks like Marcia has the whole table done. So all the red tablecloth is done. Really impressive. It's 17 minutes. And some of the teacups are going. So
Mari looks like she has all of or almost all the bunnies done and some of the edge right there. So she has them already positioned in the correct place. And looks like she also is working on the teacups, but from the bottom down. Oh, the cat is gone. Yeah, if you were to put March's progress together with Mari's, then you only had to do the background still.
Yeah. So it looks like Marcia is working very methodically. Like she's got all the red, and now she's pulling out the white pieces of the teacups and teapot, some of the shirts, some of the fur. Now Marcia is pretty new to the scene. She came through and won her first competition, and we almost missed her finish because we didn't know who she was and we weren't expecting her. So I think we got like the last 20 seconds of her puzzle build. we just got to see her finish, and she had a great weekend. Actually, both Quinta and Marcia were at the Dutch competition on the weekend, and both placed first in their qualification round, and will be going through to the finals, which is very, very impressive, and they can be very proud of themselves.
Yeah, that's amazing. The system for the Dutch championship is very very rigorous. Lots of preliminary rounds, and only 10 people from each round get to advance to. Is it 10 people?
I thought it was
Not
3
that
people. I thought it was
it was only 3 people. You're right. Only 3 people from each round get to advance, and these preliminary rounds are held in all the different provinces of the Netherlands, and they're held over multiple weeks and multiple weekends, leading up to the actual championship, which will be some time next year.
I think it's in April, so still many months away. So someone asks, is the Dutch championship streamed anywhere? I haven't heard of that. Maybe it was in a Dutch circle, but it wasn't, at least on Instagram. I never saw any reference to a live stream. But if it will be, then the Dutch people should let us know so we can watch.
I don't think it is streamed anywhere as of yet, and I don't think they would stream the preliminary rounds if they would stream it.
Well, at the final, maybe Jim can stand there with a camera and live stream for us, so we can watch.
Yes.
So we can watch Inge and Quinta and Marcia. All right, so we have Linda from from the Netherlands, Lenka from Slovakia, Leah from Denmark, Laura from UK, and Laura from Denmark.
Yeah, we see some good progress here from Lenka. She is working her way through the tablecloth, has some of the details of the bunnies done, the top hat I see, some of the ears, some of the rest of the heads with the flowers. And a good portion of the tablecloth is also done.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that some people are starting with this big section of the tablecloth. I actually left that section till the last because it was such a big, wide area. When I started, I sorted out the edge pieces, but I just put them off to the side. I didn't want to start with the edge, and I was more drawn to the clothes, so the orange and yellow waistcoats and bow ties, and the teacups and teapots. so after doing the tea party puzzle on the weekend, I actually enjoyed. I had some kind of nice memories. I was putting these teapots together of my favorite puzzle at the weekend. Yeah, so the tablecloth is very tricky. You basically have like just red lines going down. It's like a light section where the light is shining, then there's a shadow, then there's another light, then there's a shadow. Mm-hmm. It is very tricky, and here you really have to shape sort. You just basically have to like try. Okay, flip it over, try the other side, and then like it's a lot. So I'm impressed with the people who are starting that section. I was happy to leave that to the end, but I see Lenka is making great progress, as is Linda. They've just got to. Mm-hmm. You can just see there's like 4 or 5 like little holes to fill, and they're working their way very consistently to finish that off. And it's going to be great when they've done that. Like that's a really it's like a quarter, possibly a third, like a big pile of the puzzle, big section of the puzzle.
Yeah, and I guess whether you power through it in the beginning or at the end, it's still a section that needs to be done. And I don't think it makes that much of a difference time-wise whether you tackle it right in the beginning or you wait for it at the end, because it is such a clear, separate section from all the rest of it. So, yeah, might as well do it now.
Well, since I'm better at busy puzzles, I started with the more busier elements.
Richard from the chat wants to know what your time was, Michelle. He is asking.
Well, this one took longer. I did expect this would be a bit harder. It took me 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm leaving Lenka on the screen a bit longer. Yeah, great progress, Lenka. Just filling in those gaps looks really great. So we also have Kirsty from Finland, Kim from the Netherlands, Kati from Germany, Karen from Austria, and Julia from Austria.
Yeah, let's remember that Kati joined a little bit later, which is probably why she is not miles ahead right now. But she has done quite a lot of progress already. She's finished those two like chandelier, not chandelier, candelabra things on the wall. She's working on the different characters. And it looks also like she has sorted all the red, orangey stuff out. Kirsty has also decided to start with the tablecloth and is kind of working her way up from the bottom. So is Karin, and Julia has done the edge and is filling stuff in the middle, is not working on the tablecloth, and neither is Kim. I think Kim is also working on the characters, it looks like.
Yeah, so I'm still very confident in Kati. I mean, look how fast her hands are moving, and she knows she's late, so she's going to have that extra motivation to catch up. So I'm very looking forward to seeing how, when we jump back to her, maybe in like 10 minutes, to see how she's getting on. So it's 26 minutes, and we are up to the J's. So we'll continue heading up towards A. So we have Judith from Germany, Yoni. I don't know who, actually, I think. Yoni is Maita. Okay, so Maita, yeah. Maita from Belgium. Then we have Joanna from Poland, Jessica J is from Germany, and Jenny from Finland. And that just looked very satisfying. I just saw Joanna pick up like a strip of pieces and then connect them onto the tablecloth. So that's always a very satisfying moment when you have it like
yes,
2 sections joined and then you have a nice block. Good job.
I have to say, I also really enjoy Jenny's camera view, like straight from the top down. It gives us really a good look at how far she's along in the puzzle. She's working on the characters, and yeah, that's a view that we don't see that often with the Euro Jigsaw Jams. Most people put their cameras like in the front or on the side, and this like top-down view, I really like it.
Yeah, Jenny, you'll have to take a picture on Instagram and show us how you do your setup. Like, how do you get that view? Do you have like a cable webcam? Are you using a tripod? Because yeah, it's a great view for us. We get to see it being built as though we were standing right next to you.
Yeah. And like, where's your hat? How is your hat not blocking the camera? Yeah, so we can see that Jessica and Joanna are both have the edge done. Joanna almost done with the tablecloth. Jessica is not bothered with the tablecloth yet. Looks like she's building some white pieces, probably the teacups and parts of the characters.
All right, so we have Janine from Germany, Jana from Germany, Eva from Czech Republic, Inga from the Netherlands, Eva from Latvia, and Hannah from the UK. So I really like the bunnies on Eva's. We can see the 4 bunnies really coming together. Also building out the flowers and the hats.
Yes, Inga, unsurprisingly, looks like she's really good on the way. Has built most of the characters. Is busy now with the tablecloth. I noticed that a lot of people that are building the tablecloth are doing those lighter stripes first, and then kind of filling in the darker areas of the tablecloth later. Eva also has the tablecloth done, has the rest of the edge done. Just started to work on the characters. Janine, I can't really see a lot, but it looks like she has started with the background. Is she the first person to start with the background? Very unusual compared to everybody else who is kind of keeping that for later.
Okay, so I'm leaving Inga up there for a bit longer. We also have Hannah, and oh, wow, I think like all the middle section is done with Hannah.
Yep.
We've also got Graham from the UK, Eric from the Netherlands, Emma from Sweden, and Emilia from Finland.
Yeah, Hannah, I mean, as we are used to seeing from Hannah, she's a fast puzzler. She's always finishing the Euro Jigsaw Jam somewhere in the top 3, top 5, doing really well. But she has not filled out the tablecloth yet, and she's busy doing the background behind the characters. Graham doing really well, busy with the tablecloth. Just like Emma. Emma is probably a little bit further ahead than Graham. Has finished the tablecloth, almost finished the characters. Emilia also doing really well. Tablecloth done, characters almost done. Looks like she only has the green background left to finish. And Eric has also decided to start with the tablecloth.
No, he's got the top hat. He's got some. It's a bit jumbled up.
Yes.
It's a bit messy, but he's got some big sections done. So I
see it now. Yes.
So I just jumped to Kiara because I could just see in one of the little camera views that she's actually done the background. So she has done a completely different approach. She's the top is done, and she's like she's got more like 2/3 of the puzzle. So I will come back to Kiara later. I'll keep going because we're at 34 minutes. Actually, I'll keep her there.
Excuse me.
And just check everybody else. Yeah, so today we have 80 participants.
That's a lot of people to get to.
Yeah, so we're up to C. All right, so in a few minutes we'll get up to A, and then we'll narrow down on the finishes. So we also have on screen, we have Aliska from Czech Republic, Edith from the USA. So actually today we will also be interviewing Edith later on. She's going to be telling us about OhioJigsaw.com and the different events that are happening in her state and how they're helping to spread the word about speed puzzling and puzzling events at a community level. So we're looking forward to meeting her later on. We also have Daniela from the Netherlands, Daniela from Germany, and Cucciella is
Laura?
Paula from Switzerland. So
Paula.
With a checkered background.
Yeah, we all know how I feel about a background with any type of pattern. I don't like it. I want the background to be one color. One color is better than a pattern in my book. But, you know, if you're used to it, I guess it's whatever you train yourself to do. Eliska also is starting with the background. I guess it has a nice gradient. With the candelabras making a bit of light, so that might be why some people have started but only a few people actually so far have started with that.
All right, so we also have Claudia from Germany, Claire from the UK, Charlene from Switzerland, Catherine from the USA, and Bibi from Denmark on screen. Yeah, so someone commented on Chiara's table was not ideal, dark table with different bands and even some gaps in the middle. But this is the table that Chiara uses since ever, and on every single Jigsaw Jam except when she's traveling, and it doesn't bother. So in general, I would say a lighter background is better, except for when you're Chiara. Then you can puzzle on anything.
Yeah, and I guess just, you know, if that's the type of background that you're used to, then you're also going to be good at that with puzzles that are maybe not ideal for a darker background. Just like I'm also the same if the puzzle has very light pieces and I have to build like light pieces on a white background, it doesn't really bother me anymore. It's just that, yeah, a lot of people are used to the white background, and then seeing a black one, and you think, oh my gosh, how are people seeing the differences in the pieces? But you know, you just train your eye to get better at distinguishing the darker colors, I guess, over time. So, and maybe it's even an advantage then if you suddenly have to puzzle on a different colored background, and then you're even better at it.
So I just got the tip that Tobias has a square, and so I have to see this. He has only got the tablecloth left to go and some of the border, but wow, great progress, Tobias. We'll jump back to you in a minute. We're almost through everybody here. So we also have Berenia, but I don't know who you are. Oh, that's Barbara. Berenia B is Barbara from Austria. Then we have Arkadius from Poland. Annemie from Switzerland and her unicorn family, Annelies from Belgium, and Anna from Sweden. Okay, so we're almost there and we have some people closing in on the finish. So let's just check out the last. Okay, so we also have Aaron from the UK and Amka from Germany and Amy from the UK. Oh, Amka also has a lot done. The tablecloth is attached to the 4 bunnies. So one big section, I like that. So, but we also see Marcia only has the green background left. Veronica only has the red tablecloth. Chiara has small gaps in the top left and right, and then the tablecloth to go. So many at a similar level.
Now it's a question, what is going to be faster at the end, the green background or the tablecloth?
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe it will be Hannah. Okay, Hannah only has gaps in the tablecloth. Maybe about 30 pieces left.
Yeah, it looks like she has those lighter stripy pieces from the tablecloth already in and just kind of has to fill in the dark bits.
But I think Marcia is closer. Marcia only has the green pieces, only has a few in the corners to put away.
Oh, let me put Marcia on my screen. Oh yeah, she only has to fill out the corners, literally. So, and I wonder what will be faster. I'm guessing you also kind of have to just go by shape there in these corners because it looks very dark. Yeah, it would be really helpful if Marcia had the edge done, because then it would be even easier to just fill in those few pieces that are still missing. As we can see, Hannah has the edge done. I don't know if it makes it much easier because you just kind of have to go by shape if you can't go by color. And since you said in the beginning that CherryPazzi only has the one shaped piece, like a standard shaped piece, you probably have to try out the pieces a lot more. So here it's really about how fast can you try out all the pieces, how fast can you turn them in your fingers, how do you use both fingers to try out the pieces, and here's where this type of speed puzzling training will come in really handy.
I mean, there's so many people so close. I think we have like 12 people all like very close to finishing with like less than 100 pieces. But so Lenka has been several times in the top 6 but never made it to the top 3, but today could be her day.
It might be, yes. Yeah, Marcia has maybe 15 pieces to go, 10 pieces to go. And Lenka has a couple more, but she has more pieces of a lighter color. And Marcia with the last 5 pieces. And she tries them everywhere and they don't fit anywhere. And the last piece is in. Congratulations.
Well done, Marcia. A second time first place. Well, and a second time to win in a week. Well done, Marcia.
Well done. 44 minutes. That was the guess of who guessed 44 minutes. Somebody guessed 44 minutes. Reja.
So very close then. Lenka and Hannah.
Lenka's done. Congrats. Second place.
Well done, Lenka. And we also have Amelia closing in. She's just got like 15 pieces left. But I think Hannah's going to get there.
Well, one way or the other, it's going to be a Finnish third place. Unless we're missing someone. Oh, Hannah's missing a piece. Yeah, she's done.
Well done, Hannah.
One piece missing. Good job. And Emilia putting in the last pieces. And there we go. Fourth place. Congratulations.
Very good.
Yeah, Tobias is still busy with the tablecloth. So I guess this answers the question. The tablecloth is harder than the background.
So, yeah, so top three, Marcia, Lenka, and Hannah. Okay, so Hannah found her extra piece. Her missing piece. That was around 44 minutes. Oh, and gonna find. Oh, Inga is so close. 10 pieces left.
Where are you in my list there? Also finishing with the same areas as the first people, the darkest parts of the background. But they're going in relatively fast.
So will it be Mari or Inga? Done. Okay, this time Mari's done. Okay, this time no fumbling. Yeah, no screen lock this time. Well done, Mari, 5th place.
Congrats. Oh, and like 10 seconds later, Inge. Very well done, you guys.
So we're up to, so we've had 6 finishes. The time is 48 minutes. Yeah, so the first place was at 44 minutes. So yeah, a bit later than what we're used to. It shows this is a little bit more challenging.
And Tobias also just finished. Well done.
Congrats, Tobias. So we have a lot of new people participating. Emma Jacobson, who is on screen at the moment and has about 20 pieces left. She's from Sweden, and haven't heard of her before. So this is her first time to participate. And
she's puzzling upside down, which is also interesting. But I understand why. She just wants to be close to the pieces that she still needs to put in and not having to lean over, I'm assuming.
Just give a close-up of the background. So you do have these lines which do help to guide. And of course with the lamps in the middle. But yeah, quite elaborate detail there.
Annemie is also almost done. Probably at the same pace as Emma, and then we have Chiara, who has approximately a couple of more pieces left, but that is that tablecloth at the bottom that I think takes longer to do than the background.
It is a lot of trial and error, the tablecloth. But Sammy's also doing really well. I feel like Sammy's mascot needs a bow tie and a little top hat. And Veronica, well done in 8th.
Veronica, good job.
About 8th
And
place.
Annemie, there we go.
All right, so how about we bring in our winner for today, Marcia.
Let's do it.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So you've had a good week so far.
Yeah, it's crazy. The whole week I've been on a winning streak. I don't know, but it's very nice.
Yeah, so how did you like the puzzle tonight?
I really liked it. Yeah. I'm always a fan of sorting things out in the beginning, so I was very happy that I could sort the tablecloth, so I could easily start with that. Always when there's really nothing to sort, I'm always a bit lost, so I was very happy for that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's quite a tough section. Like, how do you how do you fill it in? How do you find out where they go? Was it a lot of trial and error, or could you use the light to help you, the lights and shadows?
Yeah, I started with the top part is a bit lighter, and then you could kind of, and then trying to fill the light stripes together, and then at some point all the recognizable stuff was done, and then I tried to piece the leaves together, but they were all quite similar. But it was definitely some trial and error. Yes.
Yeah, and are you familiar with this brand? Have you tried this one before?
No, I only saw it from the giraffe puzzle, but before that I didn't even know it. So no. And I saw that someone on Instagram kind of tipped that it might be one of these, so I looked on the site to kind of see what the pictures were, but this one wasn't there, so I had I didn't know it at all yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very different image to what you're training for at the moment. So how do you like adjust, like when you see the image, like it's very different to a Jan van Husteren puzzle, which you are doing a lot of at the moment. Is it like, tell me about the different mindset and the different way of approaching the puzzle?
Yeah, for Jan van Hasteren, I'm usually it's harder to sort. So usually I already start puzzling before I even flipped all the pieces, which I'm not sure yet if that's good. But then usually I just try to, if I see some small pieces that already fit together, I usually already puzzle them together. And for these, I really try to flip and sort everything before I start, because otherwise I'm gonna get too distracted by everything. But yeah, I definitely after this weekend where I had my the competition, I made some Ravensburger puzzles to get used to the non Van Hasteren again, to kind of get in the right mindset, I think.
So when you do a puzzle like this, do you go in it with a plan? Like, do you look at the picture beforehand and you go like, okay, I'm going to sort this and this and this, and then I'll start with this? Or do you just kind of go with the flow and just see like what areas you want to tackle like in the moment?
I usually start with a plan, and mostly halfway I kind of start to ignore it. So I really was like, okay, I'm going to start with a tablecloth. I'm going to make that, and then I started. When that was done, I started like fishing out the rabbits, but then I got too distracted by all the colors, so I just started to puzzle everything basically. So then the plan kind of flew out of the window. But then I tried to finish those first before I went on to the green. So there's a plan, and then sometimes I stick to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's also good to break off from the plan if you see in the moment that something else might be faster, or that you are stuck and you just want to work on something else. So tell me a bit about the competition that you did this weekend with the Jan van Haasteren, because I didn't know that you were like one of the people that won. Which puzzle were you guys doing?
Yeah, no, so this weekend I did the solo and the teams preliminary round. And for the solo, I have a lot of Jan van Haasteren at home, and I always use one that they did that's from the current collection. So I got a puzzle that I've already done before. So that was definitely nice, because then I could kind of I didn't have to think about it so much, because I knew where things were a little bit better. So that was very nice. So yeah, I was very happy that I won that. But I think I'm even happier with the teams, because I did it with 3 friends of mine, and they are not puzzlers at all. I started them off on this speed puzzling journey, and now we won it. So that was very nice, I think. Yeah,
that's amazing. And how long have you been speed puzzling?
I think about a year now. I came into it, I think the last, like the World Championships in 2023. I started getting interested in it, and then around the beginning of 24, I think I really started the speed puzzling.
So it's also the first time that you're doing the NK and
yeah, those were the first times I did the NK, so it was very exciting. Yeah,
fun. And let's get back at a moment of the puzzle of today. So I was theorizing that the background was easier than the tablecloth. Am I right? Or what did you think?
I think they're quite similar, actually. They're like, if I look at it, I'd say first that the tablecloth would be easier, but I guess that's maybe a bit misleading, maybe the tablecloth. But yeah, I think they're quite similar. They both have kind of things that you can recognize to puzzle off, but they're also all not quite similar, so you don't really know where the piece actually goes. Yeah.
Yeah, and if I always ask this the fast puzzlers, if you were to give like people a tip that are still puzzling right now on how they can finish faster, what would it be that you would tell them?
Well, there was one that was very nice. The tip you actually gave me, because I was finishing up and you were saying that I only had the greens left, and I never do the border. I never start with the border. And I think one of you said like, "Oh, it would have been nice if she had the border right now." And I was like, wait. And then I started doing that, and it really, really helped. So I guess for people who are like closing in but don't have the border yet, at some point it's nice to actually do it. Usually I usually never do it, but I think in this case it did help me quite a lot. So I think that would really help if you're ending. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great tip. And yeah, I saw that you were busy doing the corners and you didn't have the border done. And I thought, she just had the borders, then you would see that there's only 2 or 3 more pieces that would actually go there. And if you don't have that demarcation line, you are kind of more lost in space, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. You really did a good job today, and a great job this week. And are you going to go to Worlds next year?
That is the plan, yes. So hopefully, combining it with vacation, hopefully. So yeah, really excited.
That'll be fun, making the Dutch team even stronger. There's already a bunch of a bunch of really good Dutch puzzlers going. So that's exciting for such a small country to have this many good speed puzzlers represented.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just have one question, Matja. So, for getting Jan van Hasteren puzzles, what's a special puzzle that you've done that you just enjoyed, that just brought you a lot of joy?
I think there's one. It's a 1,000-piece puzzle, and it's from old retro ads from Philips, this brands of kitchen appliances and everything like that, and it's a Dutch thing. And I got it once from my parents for my birthday, and I always liked puzzling it. And then it's in a whim I tried to speed puzzle it as well, and I did it I think pretty fastly. So I was like, that was really fun, and I just always like the kind of collagey puzzle. So I think that's one of my favorites I have in my collection, definitely.
So yeah, it's always nice with collage pictures where you have a lot of boxes, and you can kind of just work on one box at a time, and if they have frames, it just feels quite satisfying, and then you can kind of work on it section by section. Yeah,
it's really nice, and it's pretty colorful, so I can really get all the red pieces and then finish it up, and then it's really nice to do.
And how many times have you done that puzzle?
I think about 5 times now. So try to not do it too much, but sometimes when I'm just want to do something easy and relaxing, I'll pick that one out usually.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Well, thanks so much for chatting with us tonight, and congrats on a wonderful winning week, 3rd win in a row. And we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Definitely, yes.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so we've had some more finishes. So let's recap the placements. We've got about 16 finishes so far. First, Matja. Second, Lenka. Third, Hannah. Fourth, Emilia. Fifth, Mari. Sixth, Inga. Seventh, Tobias. Eighth, Veronica. Ninth, Annemie. 10th, Emma. 11th, Kiara. 12th, Sammy. 13th, Vicky. 14th, Mona. 15th, Amka. And 16th, Eva. So congratulations on all our, for our top 16 for tonight. So we're at 1 hour and 2 minutes.
Yeah, congratulations. That's really impressive that everybody so far managed to do it in this short amount of time. Oh, and Kathy just finished.
All right, so well done, Kathy. So Kathy caught up. So the time now was 1 hour and 2 minutes. So she was actually 12 minutes behind, I think. So she timed herself. She was 50 minutes. Unfortunately, that's not the time that counts. It's always done on the done message. So officially she comes at 17th, but as just to be fair to all the other participants who were there on time, but she can have the satisfaction that she did the puzzle in 50 minutes, which would have been around 7th or 8th place. So that 10 minutes did cost her about 10 places, but amazing time, Kati. Great that you got here and managed to catch up. But of course, unfortunately that train delay did cost a bit. So let's see who else is nearing the finish. Oh, Madara. Stay there. Madara, well done. Okay. Sorry, we didn't have you on screen at the moment. And Nia as well.
Good job.
Okay, so Smaranda just has 10 pieces, Akadi is 5, Quinta 15, and we also have Ayeva, Jenny, and Susanna closing in.
Arcadius, done. Good job.
It's always a bit precarious what Arcadius has there. He's got a board and it kind of wobbles. Here's the piece. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder if he has like a smaller table and then like a bigger board on top that's just for puzzling. But I would be so scared that I would lean on it and then.
Yeah. Okay, so then let's bring in our second place for tonight, which is Lenka. Hello.
Hello.
Well, congratulations.
Hello.
You've been so close so many times. And
Thank you very much.
yeah, now you're in second place. So well done.
Thank you.
So tell us what you thought of the puzzle tonight.
It's beautiful. I didn't really feel very fast today, but when I saw the puzzle, I was like, oh my God, I need to do this one fast. It's so pretty. And I also have another puzzle of bunnies on the wall next to me, bunny earrings today. So it was good.
You were channeling bunny super energy there.
Yeah. It's actually funny because even some time ago when I saw the CherryPazzi puzzles in a shop, I don't remember seeing ever this one. So it was a nice surprise.
Yeah, this one is a new release. So it's interesting. It was released like in October or so, but they haven't updated their website. I think I looked like 1 or 2 weeks ago, and I was surprised that they hadn't put the new releases up on there. So maybe that was a surprise for everyone. Yeah. So, do you like to do like cute animal puzzles? Is this your style?
As long as it's not photographs, it's okay. I like this drawing style. Yeah, funny pictures, and it's pretty cute. There are so many different things going on, but it's very easy to separate. So yeah, it went well.
And yeah, so you're from Slovakia, but you live in Spain, is that correct?
In Portugal.
Oh,
In Lisbon.
In Portugal. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we met at the Worlds. That was really nice because I already met your sister Veronica and some of the other Slovakians, and then you and Veronica were telling me that your parents were also there. Can you tell us what brought your parents to Valladolid for the second time?
Oh, they've been practicing the whole year, so the second time they needed to participate to really see how they did.
Yeah, because the first time they weren't planning on participating.
Exactly. The first time was just to see, but then the second time they really tried. So after 1 year of training, they participated.
Yeah, I really like that story because Veronica was telling me that they came to support, your parents came to support you and Veronica, and then they wanted to do one of the tours that was offered, and then in order to sign up for the tour, you said like, well, if you sign up for a tour, you may as well sign up for the pairs puzzle competition. And then was that like the first puzzle they'd done together in a long time?
Yeah, I believe it was the first puzzle ever, yes.
Okay.
My mom had done a few before that, but I think they never did pairs, and I believe my dad never. He did a few, but it was pretty much the first one, and without training.
Yeah, so I really liked it because they had so much fun, and then they came back this year and actually were planning to participate as well.
Yeah, yeah. This time they also did the teams. In the first year they did not manage, but this year they participated in all the categories.
So
But
then you,
yeah, the problem. Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that it's nice to have the whole family puzzling, but we each live in a different city. I live in a different country, so we cannot really swap the puzzles or anything. So we just speak about puzzling, but we cannot really do it together.
Yeah. So, but then you have a family reunion in Valladolid.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, can you tell us how you started speed puzzling?
I always loved doing puzzles, but it was never with a timer and never so fast. But then after the World of 2022, with my sister, we saw the videos on YouTube and we decided that we would participate in 2023. So then we started training a bit more, and now it's just what we do every day.
And you also had you also made it to the final in the individuals.
Yeah, I did. This year and also the last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this year you came in at 60th place, which is a really great result since the final was just full of so many fast people and just finishes just rolling in one after another.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm really happy that I was there and I could see it live. That's very nice.
Yeah. Catherine, did you have a question for Lenka?
Not so much a question, just I've been following you on Instagram and I'm just amazed at all the times that like all of your the content that you're posting about your speed puzzling, and I'm just always thinking like, how does she do it? How is she so fast?
I have to say that I don't post all the time. It's just the ones that okay, I'm kind of happy with this one. But I do train a lot of the puzzles several times. So yeah, it's not always the first time.
Behind you, I'm seeing like a bunch of your puzzles, or like a part of your puzzle collection, I'm assuming. And I'm just wondering, I'm seeing like a lot of bigger puzzles. Do you prefer actually to do larger puzzles, or do you prefer to do the 500 speed puzzles?
Yeah, I was never doing the 500s because they cost almost the same as a 1000 or higher. So if I'm already buying, let it be a big one and spend some time with it. But yeah, because of the competitions, I started buying 500 also.
Mm-hmm. So you started more with the so what's like the biggest puzzle that you've done so far?
The biggest I have is 5,000. Mostly
5,000.
because of the space issues and so on. It's a reasonable number for me to have. I would love to have higher ones as well, but when I see the previews in shops, I don't find the picture so pretty. So I never found a bigger one that I would really be willing to buy and do.
Yeah, and they're more expensive. You spend more time on it, so it stands to reason that you want to get one that actually you enjoy the image of.
Exactly. Yeah, there are big ones for 200 euros. I'm like, oh my god, maybe not.
Yeah,
it would be fun to do, but maybe not. One day.
SJ wants to know, what is your little white dinosaur that you sometimes have when you puzzle? Is it a lucky charm? What is it? Tell us about it.
It started as a joke. It's a 3D printed model of a dinosaur.
Okay.
That my husband was just using as a test when he's calibrating the 3D print. And yeah, I just took it one day because he normally throws them to the trash. I'm like, oh my god, no, I don't want this one in the trash. So I took it, adopted it, and since then it's with me. Currently, I already have 4 with me now.
So it's not because you're a paleontologist or you're like...
No. I am a biologist, but it's not because of that. Yeah, now they make me company.
Yeah, fun. Yeah, I think that's all the questions I have for you. So I just want to congratulate you on the second place today. What a great achievement. And finally, you made it to the podium. So congratulations. And
Thank you.
will we see you again at the Euro Jigsaw Jam soon?
Definitely.
All right.
Well, oh yeah, I just want to point out that Lenka's sister Veronica came 8th, so also in the top 10. So a great sister pair. So well done to Lenka and her sister. Thanks. See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye. I always wonder about family relations in relation to how good people are at puzzles, because we see it in multiple places. Like we have the Reuter sisters in the US. We have here the Zino family in the Netherlands, where everybody seems to be good at speed puzzling. So I wonder if there's like a genetic component to speed puzzling. Someone, please research it. I'm curious.
Well done. Simona has just finished. Okay, so we've just had 33 finishes at 1 hour and 16 minutes. So we still have like 43 minutes to go. So plenty of time for many more finishes tonight. Oh yeah, and I just want to remind people, so if you're finished and you'd like to continue to listen to the commentary, please just log out from the Google Meet and hop over to YouTube, and you can leave us a comment there what you thought of the puzzle, just so that it just keeps the meeting a bit more cleaner, so it's easier for us to have the overview of who's still puzzling and that we can follow more of the finishes. All right, so then let's chat to our third place for today, Hannah.
Hello.
Hello. So you were training Ravensburger today, but you've done a CherryPazzi before, didn't you? Have a clue?
This was my first time with the brand.
I was
So
a
this is
bit surprised.
the first Euro Jigsaw Jam that the brand is totally new to me. I have never done it before.
Oh,
It was okay. I like the matte finish with the artificial light. It worked fine. And now I have a new lighting thing because Catherine last time told me to get one. So I remember that I have that one in my cupboard. So I got it up and it worked fine.
Yeah, that would have been now my first question is how did it work for you with the light? I mean, assuming you are doing a puzzle that doesn't have a glare, then I'm assuming it works well, right?
Yeah, it worked well. And I had told Mintu that if I shout that you have to turn it off, she will come and do it for me.
Yeah, so tell us about your experience with the puzzle today. What was your strategy going in? How did you like it? What was the hard parts? What were the easiest parts?
I started with the bottom edge of the tablecloth, but then I didn't do more of the edge at the beginning. I started to do the cups and the tablecloth that was like vertical. Horizontal, I don't have the words. And then I did the cups and teapots and the bunnies, and then I did the background, the wall, and in the end the tablecloth. The tablecloth was very tricky. The background was like flying. It was if it was dark, it was very nice. Like somehow it worked well. And I did the edges when all the bunnies and all the other stuff was done, but like some darker parts were not. Okay. Oh.
I'm into
some homework again to be done here.
So does she find it quite relaxing to have you puzzle next to her, that she enjoys to do her homework at the same time?
Yeah, that's what she does during many nights. Yeah.
So Hannah,
So much homework.
Yeah.
so you've done a lot of puzzle brands and a lot of different styles of puzzles. If you were to design your own puzzle or your own series of puzzles, what would it look like?
Colorful, with pastel or bright colors, and a lot of details. Something like Amy Stewart, but maybe not the most busy ones of hers, but like, yeah, colorful and busy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And do you have like any like favorite like motifs? Like, would you use something from like another hobby, or like something from Finland, or something like a favorite animal or something?
I like puzzles that have these craft and art and stuff from those hobbies. I don't really do those myself, but still it's lovely to puzzle those themes.
So you mean like when they have like balls,
I'll show you some.
Balls of knitting wool, or like different fabrics?
Yes.
I also like those. Yeah.
I have not done it yet. But this one, or this is also a very nice series.
Ah, okay.
From Ravensburger, the My Haven series. And this is from Lars Stewart. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just started. Oh, where is the lid? Also, I like these Cobble Hill puzzles with plants and herbs and flowers and different themes.
So you can kind of experience other hobbies while you're doing your puzzle hobby.
Exactly. I like to do like gardening puzzles. I don't do gardening.
Okay.
You like live out the hobbies through the puzzling.
Exactly.
You like the aesthetic of gardening, but not gardening.
Yeah. And I also have this problem that I like to keep the puzzles undone, because I have already told in these interviews a long time ago that I do a puzzle, then it's ruined for me. So I keep these. These are undone, but I have already sold these, so I have to do them. They're going once I do them. They are now waiting to be done.
Is there a particular website you use to sell them?
No, we have a Facebook group of puzzle enthusiasts in Finland.
And how many people are in that group?
Oh, 1,000 or something like that. I don't know. A lot of people, but like I have these some people that we keep sending puzzles back and forth. So it's not really working, because I buy from her and she buys from me. So I'm not getting to count down. But yeah. And we also have a traveling puzzle group in Finland. It's limited to 30 persons, so it doesn't get too busy. So everybody sends 2 puzzles traveling each year, and you have 1 month to do the puzzle, and we have a list of people who wants to do them. So that is a nice way to get to know different brands and try new puzzles.
Oh, yeah,
and not having to buy and sell afterwards.
Yeah, then tell us how that works. Like, how do the puzzles get started? Does somebody just donate it, and then?
No, everybody who is part of this group has to give 2 puzzles to travel, but they return to the person afterwards. So I sent 2 puzzles from my collection traveling this year, and they go to the persons in the group that want to do that particular puzzle. No, I don't do all the puzzles in the group. I just put my name to the ones I want to do. It's a Facebook group.
Okay, and then how do you keep track of that? Like, does the comment get deleted when that person's received it, and then?
No, we put the dates to the comments. Like, I sent this to this person today, and then when they receive it, they put the date there to the group, and then they have 1 month time to do it. And in the summer we have longer time. But it's a nice way. People have been asking about it from me in Instagram, and I have said that try to set up a group in your own country, because it's not internationally, it's quite expensive to send puzzles, but like locally, or even if you live in a big city, maybe you can have something you don't even have to send the puzzles, you can just meet the persons.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been playing with the idea for a while to set up like a puzzle library. You know how some people have like little book libraries in front of their house where there's just some books in it and people can like take some out and put some in.
Yeah.
And I was looking into finding a place in my city that I could like rent as a little puzzle library that people can also put puzzles in and then take puzzles out just for free. Yeah.
Sounds fabulous. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice idea. We have it in a local library that Riikka has been setting up in a local library, a puzzle shelf where you can leave and take some puzzles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah, because like I have quite a big collection now, and then like there's some puzzles I don't want to sell, but I'm not gonna. But I want to keep them, but I don't. Or like I feel like it's kind of too good for them just to be sitting on the shelf. So I have also been thinking like maybe I should just share this. Like I don't want to sell it, but I just maybe just send it on its way, and then. So you think that like having a Facebook group is a good way to keep track of that?
Well, at least it works for us. I can show you these I just did. This is from the traveling group, US brand, White Mountain. I don't have this brand myself, so it was nice to try it. And also Sunshine Puzzles. This is from the group also. I have not tried this brand either before this, so it's a very nice way to try different brands. Or maybe if there is a puzzle that is hard to get, someone can send it traveling and we all get to do it if we want to.
That's true. I also received some nice American puzzles at the Worlds, and they're brands that we don't have here. So that's also an idea to I was kind of like, it's kind of like to share them with somebody.
Yeah, that's a nice way to share those puzzles.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Someone likes to know how close do you and Riikka live from each other?
It's like 10 minutes. Drive.
Oh, really? You're that close?
Yeah. It's the same city, even in like very same area. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So do you meet up a lot or not?
No, not a lot, because we're both quite busy, but like she has been to my door and we have been talking about puzzles and stuff for a lot, like for an hour at my front door. And I was like, why I didn't invite you in? And we decided that next time Riikka is welcome to join me and we can do a puzzle together.
Right, while you talk about puzzle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm just going to ask you some of the like other questions that people wanted to know from the chat. So someone wanted to know how, if you had any difficulties today, considering that the CherryPazzi puzzles only have the one piece shape, whether that was something that was holding you back or not.
No, I didn't even notice. I was just puzzling, not paying attention to the piece shapes.
Yeah, I guess you would only really notice it if you're at a point where you would normally shape sort, and then you can't really shape sort because it's just the one shape. But if the pieces just go in, then you don't really notice.
Maybe I noticed that it is not easy to tell which way the pieces go. Like in some brands, you can tell from the shape if it's straight or what way. So with this one, you didn't know.
Yeah, that's true. And then they wanted to know how do you think that this puzzle compared to the puzzle from the Euro Jigsaw Jam number 8, we're going all the way back to Euro Jigsaw Jam number 8, which was the Friends one from Ravensburger?
It's funny that you ask, because I had the puzzle in my mind while I was doing this. It was pretty similar. It was bunnies and then friends, but like characters with faces, and yeah. Yeah. I thought about the Friends puzzle a few times while doing this.
Was it because of because I recently did the Friends puzzle. I got it secondhand from somebody who was participating, and I just remember thinking, like, so much hair. Why does everyone have the same hair color?
Yeah, but this one didn't have that problem. The bunnies were not that difficult, actually. No. The tablecloth, that was the most difficult part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much, Hannah, and congratulations on another podium placing. So
Thank you.
You're one of our regulars on the podium, and we're very happy to chat with you every time. So congrats, and see
Thank
you next
you.
time.
Yeah, I will be with you in December next time. See you then.
Bye.
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 All right, so we've had some more finishes. Oh, I've lost track by now. So roughly 50 finishes, roughly 50 at 1 hour 30. So if your goal was 90 minutes, we've just passed that. But the time limit for this one is 2 hours. So keep on going. I can see a lot of puzzles coming together. Yeah, it looks like just some tablecloths and some holes in the green background to go. So a lot of people are on their way. So, and Vesna, well done. Vesna has just finished. Yeah, she wasn't feeling well today, so I'm glad that she made it and she was feeling well enough to do the puzzle. I told her it would bring her a smile. I hope you like this one, Vesna. Yeah. Yeah. When I did the puzzle this morning and I was like, oh, it's just so cute. Like, I was having a great time. All right, so let's bring in our guest for tonight, Edith Lewis from the US. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. So exciting to be here and talk to y'all. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love your wallpaper, but not as a puzzle.
Same.
You know, there's so many things I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. And then I have to, like, my next thing is like, oh, would I puzzle that? That would be tricky. Yeah, so how about you introduce yourself? Yeah, so I mentioned that you're from Ohio. Yeah, how did you end up doing the Euro Jigsaw Jam?
Sure. So it's good. So I am Edith Lewis. I am from Ohio. I live in Cincinnati, and I started speed jigsaw puzzling. Well, I heard about it like last fall, and like multiple friends told me you should do this, and I was like, I don't know. Because they kind of introduced it as to me as like, watch worlds on YouTube or watch Karen puzzles on YouTube. And I was like, I'd just rather do a puzzle than watch. So I didn't really check it out for a while, but then I got the flu and I didn't have anything to do. So I did start watching. And it was kind of in between. Karen had posted her first worlds videos. So she kind of introduced the tournament and the players and what was happening. And then she hadn't posted the finals yet. So I saw the first part and I was like, no, wait, what happened? I need to know. And so then I started watching the World Jigsaw Federation versions of the events because they'd already posted those. And then this January this year, so almost a year ago, I timed my first puzzle. And so I started then. And then in June this year, there was a tournament for people in Ohio. And I went to that and I got to meet a bunch of other speed puzzlers. And through that, one of the speed puzzlers that I met was Jessica Henderson, who knew about EJJ and introduced me to it. And she's done a couple and they're really fun, as everyone here knows. That's why we're all here.
But she was puzzling today as well, wasn't she? No, she's not puzzling today, but she puzzled just a week ago she was in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I think she was a little late to sign up this month. She wanted to. But yeah, so I met her and she told me about EJJ, and she's actually the president of the Ohio Jigsaw Puzzle Association too.
Yeah, no, that's great. So you had a bit of, so unfortunately you were sick, but then you had the time to catch up on what happened at the Worlds, and then also you had some local people tell you should try speed puzzling and also try some tournaments.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Ohio Jigsaw. So is that an association or like a club, or how would you describe that?
Yeah, so it's kind of like how the World Jigsaw Puzzle Federation connects puzzlers all across the world. And then here in the US, we have the US Jigsaw Puzzle Association that connects puzzlers across the United States. We're basically trying to just be a mini one of that, where we just connect puzzlers across our geographic region. So mostly Ohio, but there's kind of people who live around that participate too. And we have a couple different things. We're new. We just were launched in September. So right now what we have is a website that lists all the swaps, all the competitions, and then just like casual puzzle events across the state. So anytime someone hears about an event, we put it on the website so that it can be shared with everybody. We also have a Facebook group and an Instagram and a Discord channel. And these are all like open to anyone, although they kind of focus mostly on Ohio events. So it might not be as interesting event-wise if you don't live in Ohio. But we talk about things like tips, and people post like, oh, I practiced this puzzle and I did it. And of course, sharing competitions and stuff like that. It's also a really great resource for people who are trying to find partners locally, that like, oh, there's a competition and you need a team of 4. How do I only know me. So you can ask on there like, hey, is anyone else interested in this competition? So it's just a really great resource to get the people in our area talking, and to get together, also to kind of like facilitate this offline interactions too. Because at this point, a lot of us know each other, which is awesome. That like a year ago, I had no idea any of these people existed or that speed puzzling existed. And now I have all these people that I know in my area, that I know about speed puzzling because of this group. And so we're just trying to connect. Our first goal is just to connect puzzlers of all ages and levels of ability and skills across our area. And then secondly, it's to help them find these sorts of events that they want to be going to, and then also to help host them. We divided our area up into 5 different parts. So we're trying to do 1 competition in each region in 2025.
So how many regions do you have in Ohio?
It's going to be 5, we've decided.
Okay.
That's really ambitious. So what kind of events are you guys organizing? So it's not only speed puzzling events, but I read something also about just casual meetups and swaps. So can you tell us a bit about like all the different types of things that people can expect?
Yeah, so those are the 3 primary swaps and competitions, and then casual puzzling events. I at this point, I feel like kind of anytime puzzlers meet up, there's always a swap that happens. It's just a question of whether or not you make it an official thing. But there are, like, I loved what Hannah was saying about there's like a lot of libraries that have a shelf where you can swap puzzles. Part of my role is actually I'm in charge of our traveling puzzle program. So here I bought puzzles in case you got tired of looking at my face. So for our traveling puzzle program, we have we're launching it in January, and we have some puzzles like this one, which is a Charlie Harper puzzle, which is a Cincinnati-based artist. So it's just an artist who happens to live in Ohio.
Oh, that's cool.
We also have like this one, which is of a city in Ohio. It happens to be the one where I live. And then as well as like this one's just kind of more Ohio in general. So we're really excited to kind of share these like regional interest puzzles with each other. And then there's also one of the members accidentally got double copies of all the world puzzles. So they're going to donate one set of them so that we can send those around, which I personally am very excited about because I was very jealous watching everyone at Worlds and all the beautiful different variety of puzzles that were there. So that's going to be really awesome.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I mean, that sounds like, for many of us, like our dream that we had all these local resources and events that we could go to. Like, how many events are there happening per month, would you say?
Oh, that's a great question. I want to say maybe like 10 across the state. And that's maybe like in my area, that's maybe like 1 or 2 that are within an hour. But probably 10 in general.
Oh, that's amazing, because for many of us, we have like 2 events per year. So having 10 per month, I think some people would be very happy to be driving around and making friends in other cities and puzzling together. So how many members would you say that you have, or like how many people come to these events, and are they like, do you have like a membership or people who are registered with your association?
Yeah. So we don't have a formal membership yet. That's probably something we're going to do soon. But in events, it kind of varies in size. There's usually a couple dozen people, depending on, because a lot of these events happen at a bar or a brewery or a library. And so it's kind of a partially what people can we advertise the event to and draw to it, and then what does the venue do to advertise the event to. So that's kind of one aspect of it. And then the other aspect is, I think we have like around 50 people who are on our Discord channel, which is like kind of like a WhatsApp messaging group. And then our Facebook and Instagram, I think, are around 100.
So if people want to find you, what would be the best way to find you? Is it your Instagram, your Facebook, the website, the Discord? What's the place that people should go?
I would say go to the website. I don't personally have an Instagram or Facebook anymore. I was one of the people in the United States in 2016 who was like, I'm just off social media now. So the Ohio Jigsaw website, which links to all of the social media for Ohio, is the best way.
All right. And if people want to participate in your events, are they do they have to pay a fee? Is it for free? How does it work?
That's a great question. So there's a variety. And we're hoping, like, something we want to do is sponsor a club at a local school. So and that would be free for the members of it. So it just kind of depends on the event. Like in where I live in my county, you can't have an event that you have to pay for at a library space. So like if you're using the community's library space, you can't be charging for it. So ones that are at libraries tend to be free. Other ones that are like at a brewery or a bar tend to be ones that people are going to be paying for.
Yeah, so it depends more on the venue and maybe also the type of event. Whether, I don't know, have you organized like speed puzzling events already? Or you said you were gonna organize speed puzzling events, and for those events, like what kind of puzzles do you intend to use for that? Is it gonna? You don't have to tell me like the exact puzzle that you're gonna use. Just like, is it a specific brand? Is it maybe you want to follow the trend of the Ohio-based something to do with Ohio?
Yeah, no, this is being hotly debated. Since we're trying to, I think February 1st is National Puzzle Day, so we're trying to have our first event then and need to like have the puzzle picked and sourced by then. I think it's probably going to be something Ohio related, but it also, yeah, there will also be a lot of factors, but I think that would be the most fun.
And you said before that it was, you didn't know anybody who was doing speed puzzling, and now suddenly you are part. of this organization that is creating this community in your state. And what would you say, like, for people that would like to get involved, or that feel right now that they are also just the one person that they know that speed puzzles? So what kind of tips would you give people that they would like to start something, or like how would they go about this, founding a community, getting to know people?
That's a great question. What I'd say worked for me was attending an event, in-person event. Like my first in-person event was, it was a fundraiser, and that just like a club was having, and it was an hour away from me. I didn't know anyone. I dragged my husband with me so that I would have a pairs partner, even though he doesn't puzzle at all. By the time we finished the pairs partners, I'd already made a friend. And so we signed up. It was one of those kind of all-day puzzle events where first you did individuals, and then you did pairs, and then they did teams of 3, and then teams of 4. And I'd only signed up for individuals and pairs because I only knew me. And by the time that came time for the groups of 3s, a different puzzler from another table had said, like, hey, I don't have a team of 3. Do you want to be on my team? So just especially going, if you can, even if it's far away, going to an in-person event, just because there will be people, like there are people that the friend who happens to ask me to be on her team lives very close to me. Like we both had to drive far to get there. But so yeah, the first thing is just like, if you can go to an in-person event, go to it, even if it's kind of a pain. You won't have to keep driving 2 hours, hopefully. But if you show up once, you can help meet people. And then also, like, I've heard people who joined Facebook groups for speed puzzlers and saw like, oh, there's someone in my region who's there, and connected through that way. But yeah, so just use the online tools and any in-person events that you can to meet people who are nearby you.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. Same for me. I went to Worlds and I didn't know anybody else who puzzled, and it's there that I met a bunch of people that were I'm from Luxembourg, that were also from Luxembourg, and now we are an established team. So that would also be my advice to people, is to go to an in-person event. You're going to meet at least the person that sits next to you. And you can strike up a conversation easily about puzzles. So that's you always have something in common. I have a couple of questions from you that are coming in from the chat. So the first question is, will you be attending the US Nationals in April next year?
Yes, I have my team. We're going to do it. And I'm very excited. It's going to be my first like big competition. So can't wait.
You're going with the Ohio team, I'm assuming.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, fun.
This is my old team shirt. I don't know if you can see it. We were Crime and Puzzlement. But I think we're going to have a different name. We'll see.
I love all the puzzle puns that we see, and I feel like we see more of them at the US Nationals, just because I feel like it's like a US thing to do puns a lot. So I enjoy that a lot.
Me too. I love the way y'all streamed the German Nationals with like on the EJJ channel with your commentary, but I was so bummed that I couldn't understand like what people's shirts said. Because it was all in German. I was like, they might have a great team name and I don't even know.
Well, one of the German teams is called Eckteile, which means corner pieces.
A great name.
And another one is called Pythagoras. Yeah. So sometimes, yeah. So there's always interesting looking in the list of I tend to stay away from anything with like jigsaw puzzle piece or anything like in the name, because I kind of feel like it's all overdone. And then it's hard to remember because if there's so many that use like piece in a team name or puzzle in a team name, then it's kind of hard to remember. So I would, not that I have a team or anything set up, but so actually I've only been in a team once in Trier, and our team was called Down, Under, Up, Over. So we called it that because I'm from New Zealand and another team member was from Australia. So we're the Down Under, but we're up over in Europe. And also it relates to puzzling because, you kind of go in circles, and especially if you're in a team, pieces are moving all around the table. So that was kind of like our puzzle pun, but not with piece and piece or jigsaw in the name.
Yeah, I love it. Well, that's something I love too about jigsaw puzzling is like how creative jigsaw puzzlers are, how they're always developing new strategies and like the ways you can, like just today, it's like some people started with the tablecloth and other people started with the background and other people started with the bunnies, and just, they can end up with similar times doing a puzzle a completely different way. And I think that's really exciting that it's not like we decided like the way to do a puzzle is this and there's only one way and it's right. That there's just all these different ways that people can experiment with and discover and do it in their own creative way, even though we all end up with the same puzzle at the end, ideally, unless we're missing pieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, and everybody has different strategies and different strengths, and it's good to know your own strengths and kind of play into them a bit more. Like if you're really good at doing skies and you have an image with a sky, then why wouldn't you start with the sky? But maybe for somebody else, it would be more advantageous to do the border of that puzzle first, and then in the end, they might come out around the same time. What we do see a lot, if you like rewatch the live streams of the World Championship, that people don't always start the same, but a lot of people end the same way, which I also find interesting.
Yeah, those like dark pieces with no texture often end up getting left for last, no matter who you are.
Yeah. Talking about puzzles and puzzle pieces and how we solve puzzles, somebody else would like to know, what is your favorite style of puzzle? So do you prefer photographs, illustrations? What's your go-to?
So I have a visual aid just in case. So when I was growing up, there was a artist, Wyland, W-Y-L-A-N-D, and they have they painted what's called wailing walls around the world. So like there's some in Japan, there's some in Hawaii, there's some in Alaska, there's one in San Francisco, and so they're just these large, like it takes up a whole building murals that are pictures of whales or sharks or like undersea life. And I don't know who did the puzzles. I've tried to find them. I can't now. But so those were my favorite puzzles as a kid because, and this one is kind of similar to it, where they always had this like really, really bright sky, but then most of the puzzle would be like blue and like yellow and green and all the colorful undersea stuff. So those are going to be my all-time favorite, is the ones where they have like this bright orange or purple sky that's like definitely not what the real sky looks like, but it's fun. And then a bright colorful undersea section.
So
my least favorite puzzle is this one, which I inherited from my grandfather. It's a circle puzzle and it's all red. And I started it and have not finished it, but I will. It's like my goal for my life. It's like I'm gonna, one day I'll be good enough and I'm gonna be able to do it.
You just have to wake up one day and feel like today's the day that I'll tackle it.
Well,
yeah.
Well,
when I did parts of it and put them back in the box, still done. So like, if I just do 10 pieces a year, I'll eventually finish.
Well, that's I know through Karen's videos that there's a big market on eBay for these vintage Springboks, and especially these single color ones, which I can't really understand because it's a single color puzzles, but they are collector's items. So if you ever decide that it's not that you have another goal in life, then you can sell it for a few $100s on eBay. And somebody else can receive the burden of doing that puzzle.
That sounds like a great idea, actually.
Oh, somebody's saying there's a Wailing Wall in Cleveland, apparently.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So maybe you can go visit it and see if there's a puzzle that corresponds to it.
That would be amazing.
So Edith, I have a question not related to puzzles. Can you clarify for me, the Cincinnati airport, which state is it in?
So the city of Cincinnati is in the state of Ohio. The Cincinnati airport is in the state of Kentucky.
So
It's a great question.
I found that out in the most uncomfortable way. So my husband and we went to a conference in Cincinnati, and we were interrogated by the border control. He just, the man at the border just decided that we were the couple he was going to single out, and he was asking all these questions, but in a very quite aggressive manner, not just like, looking at the passport and being like, okay, so what brings you to the US today? It was like, why are you here? What will you be doing? Did you pack your own bags? And my husband, and then he was asking for the documents, and my husband was struggling to get the documents out of his backpack, and then maybe he got the wrong one, or he left the wrong one, and then the border control guy was telling him, okay, you need this, and he was being like very like urgent and like putting us a little bit under stress. And then he turned to me and he said, "What brings you to Kentucky?" And I was like, did we get on the wrong plane? I thought we were going to Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio. Is Cincinnati in Kentucky? And I was caught completely off guard. And I was like, oh, what are we doing in Kentucky? And I'm like, I thought we were going to Cincinnati. He's like, yeah, you're in Kentucky. This is the Cincinnati airport. And I was just like, I'm so confused. And then
like, what are we doing in Kentucky? I don't know.
I didn't want to be there.
Yeah. And so we had a friend who was going to pick us up at the airport, and I had just texted her just before we got to that gate, and I had just texted her to say, oh, yep, we'll be out like in 15 minutes, so that she could come with a car and come and pick us up. And then because he was like taking all this time and Eric didn't have the right documents, I quickly took out my phone and I just wrote her a message, oh, sorry, it's going to take a bit longer. And then he shouted at me and he pointed to a sign saying no phones at the desk, and he said, no phones. And then I said, oh, sorry, I was just texting my friend. He said, do you, and he got so angry, he said, I can send you back on the next plane back to Germany if you don't cooperate. And then I was so shocked, and then he sent us off to another kind of screening area. So that was our entrance into Cincinnati, and that's how I know that Cincinnati Airport is in Kentucky, but the city itself is actually in the state of Ohio.
I am so sorry.
No, it's okay. Our friend was saying, oh, they're so unusual. Usually they're so friendly at the gate. Like, they're just like really like chill. But I guess they have to every now and then put on the interrogation.
Oh, I wish they didn't, though. There was a time I was in Canada with my mom, and we were coming back into the United States, and my mom went through like customs and immigration first, and I was right behind her, and they asked me where I was born. And I told them, like, I know the name of the hospital and I know the state, but I don't know what, like, tiny town the hospital was in. So I just started guessing random tiny towns that, like, I knew of that were kind of near where I'd lived when I was born. And my mom was just like, please just let her back. Like, she just doesn't know where the hospital was. It's not a big deal. But yeah, sometimes, I mean, traveling is so stressful as it is that stuff like that just is horrible. Well,
I have got everything else was wonderful, so I have very good memories of Ohio. I just want
Oh,
to
good.
mention we have just over a minute left to go. So Rebecca is so close. So Rebecca's going to make it.
Rebecca, you can do it.
You got it.
We've also got Kirsty, Kuchiela, and Hannah and Sari still puzzling away.
Yeah,
Well-
Rebecca.
Well done, Rebecca. Made it just in time. Great. And oh yeah, I like how Kirsty's like turned hers upside down so she can get a better view of the green background area.
Yeah, it's probably tough to do that with her darker background to actually see well where she has to put the pieces.
All right, so 10 seconds to go. Just find one more piece. 3, 2, 1, stop. Well done. Good effort, everyone. All right, so if so Kirsty, Kuchiela, and Hannah, if you could just count how many pieces you have left over and put that in the chat. And Sarah, you can just count the just count the pieces that you have placed together that are done. All right, so Edith, any other comments you'd like to make about puzzling in general or the puzzle community?
I think the only thing I didn't talk about is just how much I love how just like anyone of any age can do puzzles. I love it when like I can puzzle with my nephew who's 5 and then his grandparents who are a little older than 5. We don't talk about their age. Well, they don't. I think aging is great, but it's not their thing. So I love it. I feel like one of the closest ways to like knowing what the future is just to like ask someone 10 years older than you what their life is like. And I just love having friends of different ages. And I love the way that puzzling makes that so easy, since it's something that a lot of people started when they were kids and they're doing their whole life or picked up as an adult and do it now. So I really love that aspect of puzzling too.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, we see it such a wide community. We love seeing the pairs. There's always lots of kids puzzling with their parents, and and it's great. We also have some. I think we have Tamir from Slovakia who regularly participates. She's 11 years old, and we also have some people in seniors. I don't know how old they are, but it inspires me. I think it's so great. And Kirsty here, she's one of our regulars, and she's amazing. She loves puzzling. So that's just a good point that
That's awesome.
Puzzle community is so accessible for everyone, for people of all ages, and that, as you say, you have these generations, so you can be having a great time with someone who's significantly older than you or significantly younger than you. Whereas for many hobbies or sports, it's kind of like your fitness level or your age range is more limited.
Yeah. And like Catherine said, you always can talk about the puzzle. So there's always something to talk about too. It's amazing. Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun, and your competitions are always so much fun. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's been, I'm really happy to have you, and it was nice to get to know you better and to know some of the events happening in Ohio, and I hope that we'll see some similar things happening over in Europe with some local puzzle associations and regular swaps and events taking place.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah. All right, thanks so much, Edith. Thanks everyone who participated tonight. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle, and to all of our friends over on the live stream who have been commenting along with us and chatting. And of course, Catherine,
Yeah, thanks for having me again. It's always fun to be on and to be on the other side of it, and it's much less nerve-wracking, and it's a lot of fun to watch people puzzle and to get to know all of these great people that are like really fast puzzlers or have really interesting stories. So I always enjoy to be on this side of it.
But then, do you get nervous when you participate?
Less and less. I used to get very nervous in the beginning, but one of the reasons why I like doing the Euro Jigsaw Jams is because then I get less nervous when I go to the in-person events, because I am a quite anxious person. And the first time I was at Worlds, it was really overwhelming for me, and I didn't do very well. While I was there, I was shaking so much I couldn't fit in the pieces, and I was much slower than I usually was at home. So I told myself, well, in preparation for Worlds this year, so the next year, I would try to do as many local competitions, smaller competitions, online competitions as I could, just to get more used to the nerves and to like kind of use it to my advantage, because I've heard that other people are much faster during competitions than when they are practicing at home. And for me, it was the other way around. And now I'm kind of reaching a balance where I'm consistently always the same, no matter whether I do it at home or at the competition. So I hope soon it will swing in the other direction.
Then you'll get that boost of adrenaline that helps you.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's always a pleasure with you. And of course, it was wonderful just to be in your presence and to actually puzzle together on Sunday. I had so much fun. Thank you for inviting me to be part of your team. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was so much fun to have you, and everyone was happy that you were there. And I thought we had a good dynamic together. And yeah, so whenever you're up for it again, you're always welcome.
Let me know. Great. All right. Well, we'll let Kuchiela and Hannah finish their puzzles, and we'll say goodbye to the live stream. And thanks everyone for participating and being here today. Bye.
Bye.